Graduates, warden, general manager, Cal PIA, assistant general manager, Cal PIA, and all others in attendance, it's definitely a blessing to even, to share space with you all. It's miraculous even, to be honest. Thank you for the opportunity. Perspective empowerment. A man without a vision is a man without a future. And a man without a future is a man who will always return to his past. I only have about 8 minutes, so I'm going to make this count. You see, it's not a coincidence that 8 is a pretty significant number in my life. Always has been, and I'm pretty sure it always will be. Just seems to have always been somewhat symbolic in my life. For instance, I was born 8/28/1981. That's 3 8s right there in the very beginning of my life. At 8 years of age, my father and mother decided to separate. And shortly thereafter, within the 8th year of my life, I was molested by a man who was trusted to watch over me and my sibling. 8 years later, at the age of 16, I found myself being persecuted or prosecuted for some very violent charges that carried the possibility of a juvenile life sentence. 8 years later, at the age of 24, I was dismissed from a high-profile 25-to-life case as one of 8 people indicted due to the granting of a motion filed by my counsel, my lawyer. At the age of 32, 8 years later, I sat in a prison medical ward as I was informed that my colon and my bladder had become so inflamed to the point of pinching the very vein that transferred oxygen and blood to my brain. And that had I not made it to the toilet and passed bowel before I passed out, I would have not awakened ever again. Oh yeah, it's not a myth. Preventing your urine or your bowel to pass through, it'll kill you. And I call myself just holding it until the next unlock or letting my celly get some cell time. I almost lost my life. Who would have thought? Imagine CDC trying to explain that one to my family. It's been 8 years since then, and as I stand here miraculously at the age of 40, there are a couple of things that are more clear to me now than ever before. I'm alive, and there's only one of me. And there's only one of you. And this is a significant objective truth to embrace. Because although there may be thousands where you come from and hundreds passing you every day in your current environment, there's only one of you existing to execute the purpose in which you have survived to execute. Do you have a vision leading you today? Look, there are 8 commonly used words that over the course of the last 8 years of my life have helped me to understand the vision manifested to me by my lived experiences. And I would like to share these 8 words with you accompanied by their definitions. My hope in this share is to ultimately empower the perspective of your past, your present, and your future. The first word, being person, is defined as a human being regarded as an individual. The second word, position, is defined as a place where someone or something is located or has been put. The third word, being parallel, is defined as a person or thing that is similar or analogous to another. Analogous meaning comparable in certain respects, typically in a way which makes clearer the nature of the things being compared. The fourth word, being positivity, defined as the practice of being or tendency to be positive or optimistic in any and everything. The fifth word, being productivity, is defined as the state or quality of producing something, especially crops. The sixth word, being progress, is defined as the forward or onward movement toward a destination. Seventh word, being purpose, is defined as the reason for which something is done or created or for which something exists. And the last, the eighth word, perspective, which is my favorite, is defined as a particular attitude toward or way of regarding something, a point of view. Now, what I've discovered as a result of studying these words in relation to my life are 8 questions that, upon answering, have initiated a life-empowering vision within me. And so, more to the point, person, who are you? Position, where are you? Parallel, who is next to you? Positivity, what is your attitude? Productivity, how are you growing? Progress, are you moving forward or toward anything? Purpose, why are you still alive? And perspective, how do you see what you see through your eyes? My last term, I was sentenced to 17 years, 8 months, to which I was blessed to only have served 8 years, 8 months, and 8 days. If I would have maxed out, I would currently be set to release in 2025. My last day of physical incarceration was literally graduation day. I was set to get out at 8 a.m. that morning, but the graduation program didn't start until 5, so I had a problem. To solve that problem, I simply just asked if I could postpone my release, to which the warden, he responded a little reluctantly, but he obliged, and I made it count. Guess what time I was released? 8 p.m. on the real. Post-release, I would soon come to learn that the number 8 is historically associated with angelic provision, and it represents victory, prosperity, and overcoming. This is in part why my lived experiences have come to mean so much to me. In perspective, it all somehow has brought me face to face with an empowered me. You see, graduation is the fact of finishing a course of study, or the ceremony at which you are officially said to have finished something. And empowerment, it is the process of becoming stronger and more confident, especially in controlling one's life or claiming one's rights. I became efficiently trained and certified in environmental services through Cal PIA's HFM program. 8 months to release, I began envisioning using these skills and certifications to advance myself post-release. 1 year later, after release, February 2018, Quality Touch Cleaning Systems became an official LLC. Yeah, Quality Touch Cleaning Systems, it's my company. 4 years later, Quality Touch Cleaning Systems is a team of 7 employees, 4 of which are formally incarcerated, with 2 being Cal PIA HFM graduates. And so with that said, I will lead you out with what I led you in with. A man without a vision is a man without a future. And a man without a future will always return to his past. And so today I encourage you, allow your lived experiences to empower your perspective.